See, they took this brother in as a high school student. This white wealthy family was supposed to change this black man's life. And I know white people, they probably thinking, well, they did change his life because he wouldn't have made it to the NFL without them. Well, the hell with that. There's plenty of us in the NFL, in the NBA, in the MLB, and it didn't take no devil to help. It didn't take your oppressor to help, okay? They did this for their glory, for their satisfaction, for the enrichment of their family.
All jokes aside, you know how niggas be like, I'm this and that for life, this and that for life.
You don't receive her what? Her planet in the I.S.U.P.K. We ain't worried about the coronavirus. How many of us do you see with masks on? Right. How many of us do you see out here afraid with gloves on?
140 for the rebel.
The world turned its back on me. I'm a cripple. We got soldiers, he got soldiers, but I got different.
Don't sit here and talk shit like what's gonna pop up, what's gonna do this. If you're gonna cross the line, cross the fucking line. Otherwise, get the fuck out of here. Run.
Please, forgive me for the time that I did. If rank is given, have your respect to your apprentice.
Nosotros somos una nación. Nosotros somos la misma gente. Nosotros.
El mundo sepa que nuestros hermanos negros y hermanos moranos ya no estarán separados, pero se unirán para hacer grandes cosas por todas las 12 tribus peredas de Israel.
You are the chosen people of God, that you are a great nation, that you are a special people, and that all these other nations, they have absolutely nothing from you to benefit from. They are just there to destroy you, okay? And that's what they do. They use and abuse us. I know everybody heard about what happened to Michael Orr, all right? That's the brother from the movie The Blindside, right? And what this family did is they lied and they say that they adopted him, okay? But they didn't adopt him. What they did was have him sign some conservatorship saying that, with this conservatorship saying that because he was 18, this is the way that they do it, all right? But really all they did was use this so they can steal from this brother, so they can use his name and likeness, and make money, all right? And we're going to get that article. We're going to prove that. Go ahead and read this.
Blindside. Subject or alleges Tui's made millions off lie. Retired NFL star Michael Orr, who supposed adoption out of grinding poverty by a wealthy white family.
What?
Wealthy white family.
You see, this brother thought this wealthy white family was coming to the rescue, but they weren't coming to the rescue. What they were doing, were going to solidify their family's name. We all know the Tuis, all right? And they're making money off of this brother's story. Continue.
Adoption of grinding poverty by a wealthy white family was immortalized in the 2009 movie The Blindside. Petitioned a Tennessee court Monday with allegations that a central element of the story was a lie concocted by the family to enriching itself.
You see, so they lied about adopting this brother because they wanted to enrich themselves, all right? They made this brother believe that he was really actually a part of their family, but he wasn't. That's why the Bible says we should never trust our enemy. Continue.
To enriching itself at his expense.
At whose expense?
His expense.
His blood, sweat, and tears. You know what it takes to play in the damn NFL? Huh? You know what that takes? And they're enriching themselves off of him, off of his story, off of him being oppressed from a child, after him being destroyed from a child. Continue.
A 14-page petition filed in Shelby County, Tennessee, probate court alleges that Sean and Lee Ann Tui, who took Orr into their home as a high school student, never adopted him.
You see, they took this brother in as a high school student. This white wealthy family was supposed to change this black man's lives. And I know white people, they probably thinking, well, they did change his life because he wouldn't have made it to the NFL without them. Well, the hell with that. There's plenty of us in the NFL, in the NBA, in the MLB, and it didn't take no devil to help. It didn't take your oppressor to help, okay? They did this for their glory, for their satisfaction, for the enrichment of their family.
Took Orr into their home as a high school student, never adopted him. Instead, less than 3 months after Orr turned 18 in 2004, the petition says the couple tricked him into—
They did what?
Tricked him.
Your enemies do what?
Tricked him.
You can never trust your enemy because they are about trickery. They tricked that brother.
The couple tricked him into signing a document making them his conservators, which gave them legal authority to make business deals in his name.
You see, that's how they got this money. And when we read down, it's going to tell you how much money they got. And it was more than a little bit. It's because they tricked this brother into becoming his conservators, not becoming his parents. Continue.
The petition further alleges that the Tuohys used their power as conservators to strike a deal that paid them and their 2 birth children millions of dollars in royalties from an Oscar-winning film that earned more than $300 million.
All right, so it said they got the movie made $300 million. Well, the deal they struck was $225,000 a piece off the rip, and then 2.5% of whatever the movie made. Well, you know how much 2.5% of $300 million is? This family cleared $7,500,000 off of this brother's likeness, off of using his brother's name, off of tricking this brother. You think he couldn't use that $7 million? You think he wouldn't be able to benefit from that? No, but your oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and they are very wicked. Continue.
While Orr got nothing.
While Orr got what?
Nothing.
They struck a deal, but Orr got what?
Nothing.
Off his blood, sweat, and tears, he got what?
Nothing.
Off of his injuries in the NFL, he got what?
Nothing, for a story that would not have existed without him.
The story would not exist without that brother. We need to understand this. We need to have clarity because our enemy cannot be trusted.
In the years since, the Tuohys have continued calling the 37-year-old Orr their adopted son and have used that assertion to promote their foundation as well as Lee and Tuohy's work as an author and motivational speaker.
So for their foundation to be an author and a motivational speaker, that's why they are still calling Orr their adopted son. They like to talk, okay? They like to talk. Give me that real quick. His words are smoother than butter. Psalms 55. They like to talk. They want to say that, oh, this is our adopted son. They're going to continue to say that this brother is their adopted son when we know that those words are just smooth. Because if it really was his adopted son, he would have ties into the family and he would be able to have ownership of his own likeness. The reason he doesn't have that is because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Okay? Is that it? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's it.
Psalms chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
That's why the Tuohys are saying that Michael Orr is their adopted son when they never really adopted him, when they just used his name and his likeness to rob them. What is it?
The words of his mouth were smoother than butter.
The words of his mouth are smoother than butter. They talk a good game. Oh, they talk so good and so nice and so sweet to you right before they hang you.
But war was in his heart.
Peace was in his heart.
War was in his heart.
Love and care was in his heart.
War was in his heart.
War was in their heart when they took from that brother. When they took all that from Michael Orr, when they take using his name and likeness and making money that could benefit him and his generations,
Not right now.
that's war in their heart. Any more on that?
His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords.
You see, they draw swords because that's war. You playing with somebody's pockets, that's war. Let's get back to this article.
The lie of Michael's adoption is one upon which conservators Lee and Trophy and Sean Trophy have enriched, Tui have enriched themselves at the expense of their ward. The undersigned Michael Orr, the legal file says, Michael Orr discovered his lie to his charging and embarrassment in February of 2023.
See, he just found out this year. So he done led a whole the rest of his high school career. He led his college career, and he led his NFL career under a lie and a false pretense, thinking that this family actually loved him, thinking that this family actually adopted him when they did not. Okay? It was all a lie. And he just found that out this year. At 37 years old, he realized that these devils lied to him. All right?
When he learned that the conservatorship to which he consented on the basis that doing so would make him a member of the Tui family. In fact, providing him no familial relationship with the Tuis.
So him signing that conservatorship, he thought that made him a part of the family. He thought that was an adoption paperwork, but it said it made them no familia. Okay? This is what we need to understand. Continue.
The Tui family did not immediately return phone calls Monday to numbers listed for them. Their attorney, Steve Faris, declined comment to ESPN on Monday, saying the family would file a legal response to the allegations in the coming weeks. Sean Tui said the Daily Memphian site that he was stunned by Orr's allegations.
Yeah, he was stunned. He was stunned that the nigga even brought it up. All right? He was stunned to be called out on his wickedness, on his evilness, on his theft, all right, of taking advantage of a young brother, of all this promising of love and welcome them into your family. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, I tell you, you better stick with your damn family and quit trying to get with your oppressors. Quit trying to come up under these other nations, all right? Quit trying to be on the bottom of them and rise to the top of yours. Continue.
And said the Tuis didn't make any money off the movie.
Well, we'll see. Continue reading.
Only a share of proceeds from Michael Lewis's book, which was the foundation for the film, were devastated. Sean Trophy told the outlet, Sean Tui said the outlet, it's upsetting to think we would make money off any of our children. But we're going to love Michael at 37 just like we loved him at 16.
So they said they're going to love him at 37 just like they love him at 16. That's why they still carrying this deception. All right? They do not love this brother. All right? He is not a part of their family. Continue.
Yeah. On 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.